Good morning. Today we're going to have a Q&A presentation with insights, everything related with Mexico manufacturing, and everything that you're going to have opportunity to make any questions while I'm presenting key data, key news. Stay here. We're going to start in 1 second. So, as I mentioned to you, this is our news Q&A session, and we're going to be expecting here to get information or questions from any of you. And this is a live version. So today we're going to start with a very good practice by describing key insights happening during the last month, or even news that are related with manufacturing in Mexico, Latin America. Let's start. Let's move on very quick with this. And let me introduce myself. First of all, I guess this is the most important to introduce myself. So I am Joe Arana, CEO of Disrupting Nearshoring, where we revolutionize the way American companies approach manufacturing. Our platform is a game changer in U.S. manufacturing solutions, specializing in facilitating nearshoring investment, exploration, and acquisition of companies for American businesses. So, as I said, game changer in the U.S., Mexico manufacturing, facilitating nearshoring investment, exploration, acquisition of companies in Mexico. So, advantages of manufacturing in Mexico, we have the free trade agreement, which are so many. I'm going to just mention a few. Reduce labor cost, 30% cheaper than China right now. Improve supply chain efficiency. Yeah, you don't need to bring the products from the other side of the planet. And also, we are just neighbors. And the free trade agreement lets you some products to don't pay even tariffs, just bring them to manufacture raw materials in Mexico, bring them here. And also, it was big in China, the intellectual property control. So with our partnership as a free trade agreement neighbors, America, US, Canada, and Mexico, we have a strong intellectual property control. Of course, few cultural language barriers. So let's start with today's presentation. As I mentioned to you, we're going to be speaking about key news related with the industry that they were posted in our blog, our Facebook page, LinkedIn page too. And the ones that got more like, people are more interested, is what we're presenting here. So let's move also with this very quick. So the first one here is about the presentation, the business case that we presented related with O'Reilly's Auto Parts investing $1 billion by purchasing a company in Mexico, auto parts company in Mexico called Orma Auto Parts. It's a very interesting case. I would recommend you to explore this and learn more about or get more facts about this business case. So the second one, the most important, the very first, more important, maybe you all already know about this. It talks how China, Xi Jinping, to be specific, accepted in the last couple of weeks that China economy is in trouble, which it was weird for so many years, just having the same agenda. So now it's a fact, and it's a good source. This information coming from, this is from CNN, so it's a good source. We want to be sure that information we're presenting comes from the best media companies. The information is not fake news, it's a real authentic information related with the top media industry. So the second one here that we are presenting is about related with China too. China population is getting smaller, is declining as well. So it's even a economic contraction with related with other external factors. But if we add the China population getting smaller, it's impacting the influence and power of China by The Economist. The Economist presenting this note, which is very important. You can find this information on the LinkedIn disrupting nearshoring post, and we have this and so many other good information. So the next one here presenting here is about Bloomberg. It's also this is very good because China put it $6 trillion to keep everything going on in China. So actually, what I was reading, they put this money over small companies and the government or internal of China. So it's kind of like squeezing a toothpaste type stimulus. So they put so much money, and it's kind of like very difficult to get results back. So it says here, so far haven't been able to turn around the underlying problems, that we're dealing right now, especially with the real estate sector. There is the big problem in China. This is by Bloomberg. So the next one by MSN, also a good source, is talking about, this is the last news about China, which is compile the similar ones, and we put them together so we can have the same topic and repeating over and over. So Asian factories in China is moving to Vietnam and those Asian countries manufacturing, even Thailand. So basically, China is doing this because what they want to skip U.S. tariffs. Tariffs are very high against Chinese imports to the U.S. So they want to skip that by manufacturing with China's neighbors, as Vietnam. So employment remained a significant challenge for China. Yes, big, and also Asia. Businesses express concerns about the future of the economy. Yeah, they're fully integrated with China. Of course, they're going to have issues. So they are very calm and slow down, hiring people and buying materials and increasing inventories. So let's move to the next news. Cox Communication. Oh, well, this is a big scandal for a couple of weeks ago about federal government did a raid on Ohio, to be sure, to be more specific, to a Chinese company that is in Ohio, Qingdao Song, that they move manufacturing from China to Thailand to skip 25% of the U.S. tariffs. Exactly. I was just saying to you, they move out from China, they go overseas to skip U.S. tariffs. So bingo, there is one little example of so many happening right now. So, and it's a big scandal. It's gonna have a continuation. It's not the end of this. So we're gonna continue seeing more about this fraud against the government by China doing that. So actually, don't leave, stay here, because I'm gonna present another scenarios manufacturing in Mexico and trying to, as well, China skip those tariffs by using the free trade agreement. But FYI, US, Canada, and Mexico at the new manufacturing hub, the North America hub. So they have regulations that, such as in order to bring a car to the US, needs to have 70% of the parts of the car being manufactured with either parts or even labor, US, Canada, and Mexico. That's why I call this the hub, the new North America hub. China wants to play games with that. Let's move on with the next here. So the next one, oh, this is a good one, comes from the US Chamber, and it says that 50% of the US companies are planning to move manufacture to Mexico in the next 5 years. So that's good, because it's a great way to compete against China. If China has a very cheap labor and blah, 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 Mexico is offering you 20%, I'm sorry, half the Chinese labor cheaper. So by 2025, the Mexican labor is going to be 3 times cheaper than Chinese labor. So this is, but other additions, as I mentioned to you, we're going to just review this by the end of this presentation. You're going to love the very quick sample I'm bringing. So this is a good news. Let's move to the next one. The next one. Okay, this is a quick. Also, what it happened, and it was one of the top likes and clicks and people following, listening to this. I interviewed the Mexican consul based in Atlanta, and we spoke about many 96, to be specific, Georgia companies manufacturing in the US and also co-manufacturing with Mexico. When I present this, I am not totally pushing or inviting American Georgia companies to move to Mexico to manufacture. No, the manufacturing from China is coming back to the US. You're gonna see the next 10 years how everything is getting back here. But some of the processes, they need to be co-manufactured in Mexico. Okay, so those 96 companies manufacturing, we presented a few. 15, 20 that they are co-manufacturing there. So it's a good interview with great insight. So I invite you to see that one. Watch and look at that one. Next, this is a key information from the Visual Capitalist site that talks about the top global risk this year. Uh, and also, I'm presenting this right now because the next news are related with this. So let's dig on this. So first, the top extreme weather. Yeah, we have been seeing this problem. We know about everyone about that one. The second, and very important, artificial intelligence generating misinformation, fake information, fake news. Okay, that's it's happening already also so far, but we need to be aware with that. Again, I always recommend you check who is the source. Important news such as the economy, New York Times, those strong media that they have a team providing the key information. If you just get information from anywhere, you're not sure about the name. I will make a little research on Google to see where they're coming from. So next, society getting political polarization. Okay, we have seen that before. And it still is around the planet. This was our society, our American society is pretty. We were so strong years ago because political, and we still political issues. Next, cost of living crisis. Well, we're still dealing with the inflation, but the Fed announced yesterday that it's not going to decrease rates. So the stock market is in very good shape. So the economy is going to be a little tight, but it's very promising times coming up by the end of the year or even before with big economy going on. So let's continue. Cyber attacks, economic downturn, it disrupt supply chain, outbreak with armed conflict. We want to see this to be specific just in the next one. Let's start. So it was a leaders that they met at Davos, and they were talking about globalization. So they were speaking about consumption. To be specific, the news what I like it. They said consumption, trade, inflation began to normalize this year. Yeah, it's happening so far. Prices are decreasing. So the new normal, the current economic situation, yes, it's going to be the new normal. And by the end of this year, after the Reserve Bank decreased a couple times interest rate, everything is going to explode, and the economy is going to be a boom. And this is the new normal. So this was said by the German Minister of Finance. Okay, next one. We were just seeing over the risks I mentioned to you. We're still dealing with this problem. You know what I'm talking. Supply chains getting broken by these terrorists assaulting ships, blah 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 blah. We have seen everyone on news at the Red Sea. These criminals robbing and blah blah blah. So and we're going to continue seeing this, and also it's a concern about the U.S. ships getting attacked by these criminal groups. So, and again, this is part of what we're seeing of the risk of 2024. If you see here, that's the number, the 25%, the purple one, 25% is talking about that, very specific about that. Let's go to the next one. So this is a good news. And as I mentioned to you before, this is the time to talk about it. We're going to talk right now about Chinese car makers that are making inroads in Mexico, a country with a free trade agreement with America and Canada. Yes, as long as the factories use enough parts and manufacturing. Yeah, I just said to you, the 70% of quota to be part of the free trade agreement that needs to be parts or labor, either US, Mexico, Canada. Yeah, they can bring cars, even the companies owned by China and is based in Mexico. They can bring cars here with no taxes or limited or low, very low taxes because it's part of the free trade agreement. But 70% of the parts and the labor needs to be from North America. So, and they're moving fast. They're moving fast, these companies, and we want to see happening a little more about this in the next years. Okay, let's move to the next one. Next one. Actually, the last one, they were electric cars, and I love this one that Toyota says that electric cars is not the future of the cars on the planet. Is Toyota, the top leader, the president, CEO of Toyota says the maximum that electric cars they're going to reach in the market. So market share, the actual maximum actual share, market share, and the future market share is going to be no more than 30%. Why? Because it's 1 billion people that are still living with no electricity in the planet. As simple as that. So this is a very good article. I recommend it to give a look, especially from that is coming from the Telegraph, the British England top media. So let's continue. So the Diplomat. This Diplomat is a new media, but it's a good media that is basically incorporated in Japan. So, and he's talking about why is Mexico putting tariff on Chinese imports? Yes, the Mexican government, federal government of Mexico, that set tariff to all those products coming from Asia. Some, not all, and they are good. They are getting revenue and protecting the free trade agreement. So also let me read what it says here. Temporarily increase tariff between 5 to 25%. Okay, that works. 25% is good as a tariff of 392 products from Asian countries, especially China. So I wish that these tariffs they're gonna be permanent decision, no a temporary decision, and also it's gonna help Mexico be stronger, maintain and retain its competitive advantage that is with US, Mexico, and Canada. It's important to keep stay united so can compete. So the next one and the last one, as I promised, of this series of China. So this is it was published a few days ago, and it says that China is manufacturing to Vietnam, but even there is struggling with high cost tariffs, and they did that because they want to skip the U.S. tariff. So if they move to manufacture in Vietnam, they're having hard time. So this is very important also information to present. So let me just tell you very quick. I have only left, so so we're gonna jump right away. We have only 3 more, and this is 1, and there are 2 more left. So it's talking also about the supply chains that moving out from China into Asia. So it's not easy. They're having hard time doing these processes in other countries, and also including Mexico. So I guess the momentum of China manufacturing and all white is not the end, but is no longer going to be the same as we have done in the year. So they're going to compete. It's going to be another alternative, but it's not going to be as used to be. Next one, Market Watch, very important on media, stock market, the Market Watch, and he says that last year, by the end of last year, the U.S. industrial production increased 0.1%, which almost stayed the same because it's very close to zero, and also the capacity of manufacturing capacity remain at 78%. So these are the news of that I wanted to present to you all about the news, the important news of related with manufacturing. Now I'm going to jump to manufacturing side. That this is our program. I'm going to be open to hear from any of you if you want and ask any question. If you do not want to jump inside the meeting to ask in person, you can just text and write your question and LinkedIn, and I will be happy to read here any of your questions and just know what's going on with you and respond to you. So otherwise, something other thing happens. I'm gonna move to a top Q&A. What is this? So I often I get so many questions, and companies are asking me here in the States about how to start, how to jump to manufacture overseas, Latin America. So I designed this top Q&A because I want to bring the top questions and very simple, specific way so you can just get insight of what will be the step-by-step exploration and purchasing process of a manufacturing company in Mexico. So many companies, they want to buy a small company in Mexico to start manufacturing there, or they want to make a partnership, or they want to find a key strategic vendor. So we're going to just give a quick examples here. So the first step is a baby step, introduction. So you need to get a very quick, briefly outlook of the Mexican manufacturing landscape to see where you're standing and what they are standing about. That's our experience, and we can help you with that. We can actually, we have post presentations. If you go back inside LinkedIn post, we're gonna find one of the cars, Tesla jumping in Mexico to manufacture there. Now we are presenting a business case about what are the key strategic partners or strategic moves that needs to do Tesla. And there's other that you can get insights there. Or if you contact me, I will be happy to help you too. So importance of understanding the exploration and purchasing process. That's the way how I will help. Exploration is just, I'm going to give you a very quick example. Is when you are just shopping at grocery store and you just are exploring different products. You're picking the top 5 best quality, the best performance looking, and then after that you need to take a decision. This is what we're doing, which is going to bring you to the table key companies that they have the healthy finance, the healthy perspective of the future, and is the right partner and this the right partnership to make with them. So as example, very quick too, we presented last week, very important, I mentioned to you, O'Reilly's, buying a company in Mexico. And this is the clear way to understanding what is happening in the other company in Mexico. So O'Reilly's Auto Parts purchased Orma Auto Parts Mexico. Let me tell you, both the one of the main strategies is do it by yourself. Have you gone to buy auto parts here in the States? And then you just wanna just do it by yourself because you don't wanna pay and waste too much time by taking your car to the dealer. So you just buy and replace the little part, whatever part is easy part. So this is a big important segment of the market. So Orma Auto Part and O'Reilly's is a match, and they got attracted, and it was the right purchase because they have also private brands. So it's kind of like the best fit you can see in this example. Let me jump very quick here. Second, market research and see how possible is to make a partnership or purchase that company for you, talking from the consumer strategic market standpoint. So it says here identifying potential sectors and products. I just mentioned the 10 products, Orma and O'Reilly's, analyzing market trends and demand. Saying again about market trends and demand, Home Depot purchased many years ago a hardware company in Mexico, in Monterrey, Mexico, and I'm following the trends after more than 20 years after Home Depot has stores in Mexico and Latin America. So it was the right insight to move because the market trends were like people they were going to do it by yourself, and also small business entrepreneurs they were needing quality and instant a supply of product to repair households. So it was a clear trend back then. So, and also it says here, analyzing competitors. Yes, of course, always. So we specialize also as well with that market research. We can give you specific insights, and also you can do that yourself too. It's not everything about we providing all the information. If you use artificial intelligence, or if you use search online, you can find your competitors. And you can make a very deep analysis about what they're doing and what the products are offering and what their prices. You can do it by yourself too. Next, legal and regulatory compliance. So when you're jumping in a country, you need to find out how is the possibility for the legal size to make a partnership. How do you going to invest? For example, Delta and Aeromexico, they are partners in Mexico. Of course, Delta invested, this is back years ago, 49% of the shares of Aeromexico. So again, back then, the federal law of Mexico, they only let foreign aerospace or airplane companies to own the complete company. But the investment of Delta took control of half of the company. So that's why, and this is based with regulatory and local laws in Mexico. And this is important also to know where you're standing for and where you jumping. So next one. Finding potential manufacturing units, evaluating facilities and capabilities, evaluating local workforce infrastructure. This is also important. We interview the Minister of Economic Development of the Mexican Silicon Valley, Jalisco State, and he gave so many insights what is going on there. So that's kind of insights. Why it's called the Mexican Silicon Valley. They're going to help you to invest there and what is the right way to jump. So these insights are very important. So he presented so many good insights about the workforce in Jalisco. There, the workforce in Jalisco, just bring you another history. Uh, 23 years ago, Hewlett Packard was manufacturing their Kodak, the film maker, was there. Uh, uh, IBM was there. So that's the old school of technology of the new Mexican Silicon Valley. So those are the beginners of of the IT computer industry. So nowadays, after 30 days, they are very strong. There are companies from India. There are even designing cars from Europe. There's so many. Look, that interview is one of the first one I produced. It's gonna be great for you to get insights there. So next one. This is important also, the risk assessment, to know what are the risks. Every business, there is a risk, but you need to calculate and measure how is the risk. If the risk increases, so you need to increase prevention and also impact the financial statements with the risk. So the risk is part of life. So if you're insured with risk in life, you're good. So same with jumping in any country, even China. Mexico also is a risk related. So you need to make an assessment and 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 plan how to control uncertainty. As simple as that. Next, a negotiation and purchase agreement. So this is also one of the key expertises that our partner Martin Vasquez in Mexico, we do evaluation of companies that you're interested to buy, and based on that, you get all the facts, what you're buying and what you're standing for, and it's the best technique to start a negotiation, getting facts of what are the weakness, advantages, opportunities. So then this is part also we can help you negotiating because also it's cultural. I don't know if you know, but I went to China for business, and all the vendors, they were so nice with me. They took me to the best Chinese restaurant with big duck on orange sauce, delicious, so many. But we were two people from America, and there were like maybe like 8 people from China, vendors, etc. So they started bringing food to the table, to the center, and they were not eating. So we started eating, and another different dish, and we were eating, and we were kind of like, come on, guys, eat. And they were not eating. They just even not putting hands on the table. So we were kind of like almost done. They jumped to the food. So this is part of the traditions, cultural traditions that are very important. When you're closing a business in Mexico or Latin America, you need to know the culture because that is going to help you get connected and get closer. If you don't know what are the ways to go in the country, you can make even a mistake such as wearing shoes inside a Japanese household. It will be a deal breaker. No, that is not going to make you business, but it's going to deal breaker because you want to just have a small human similar traditions and respecting each other, you know. So this is also part we can help you and advise you. And also, if you keep looking this podcast, you're gonna learn. We want to be presenting about the particular cultures in Latin America. It will be good, you know. Just FYI, when I interview the Minister of Development, Economic Development of Jalisco, Mexico, I make a couple jokes because tequila, the worldwide tequila, is manufactured in Jalisco, Mexico. So I make a few jokes about like next time I go to Mexico, it will be nice to visit all those tequila manufacturing facilities. So we were laughing like a minute, about it. So, and also if you do business in Mexico, that's a key way to get connected there, by sharing traditions. So good news, you already have Cinco de Mayo here, and you know how to eat good Mexican food. Okay, finalizing. I'm gonna just finalize the step number 7 is not the last one, but it's the 7. How you gonna end purchasing this? How you gonna be closing the deal? This is the most important. Being sure that you're gonna close the deal. So I still remember this. Now that O'Reilly's purchased Orma Auto Parts in Mexico, in their finance statements of 4 years ago, is when everything happened. There is a part that said that O'Reilly's put $900,000 on the table to retain and confirm the deal. So what means that the purchase is already closed, and they agree with everything. And the next step was to make the legal blah blah blah, and also agreeing on how they're gonna be paying, and the amount that they already agree, because when you are putting this money, it's just you agree already on the price. FYI, it's not the closure. It was not disclosure how much is the amount that O'Reilly's paid for this company in Mexico, but contacts and my team, we estimated it was $1 billion that O'Reilly's paid for this company. If you see, O'Reilly's put on the table to close the deal, to hold the deal, $1 million, buying a $1 billion purchase, So, and also this is also important. What is next here? The same here. It says post-purchase considerations and integration. That's very, very important. But believe me, this is very important. Elon Musk got Twitter, and the first thing that he did, he fired everyone. No. We can help you with that too. If you're running a company, you need to make a diagnostic about skills and talents and expertises. I mean, by mistake, Elon Musk fired a couple key engineers. Those engineers, they're in IT, controlling, managing Twitter. And then the week after, he rehired back the same person. Just imagine how much money he paid back to bring back the same engineer. So that's why you need to make an assessment, skills, expertise. And with that, you can take decisions. Not the first day when you're purchasing the company that is yours, in the next year. So this is also important to have considerations of the integration after you just purchase this. Is the right way. Let's move to the next one. Okay, number 8 talks about working with local partners. That's very, 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 very important. And again, another example, Home Depot developed. This is another business case that is on our website, not at disruptingnearshoring.com. Yes, it is there. It is there. One of the last pages where there are cases, Home Depot cases there. So Home Depot, when got inside Mexico, developed the local vendors that they were providing products to the Home Depot Mexico, and showed them how to start manufacturing in the next level, so they can start offering the same products to the US. So nowadays, Mexican vendors that they were only providing products or manufacturing for the Mexican country, for the Mexican market, and then they started manufacturing for the Home Depot in Mexico. Right now, they are providing those products here in the States. So first, this is something that I'm sure that O'Reilly's and Orm Auto Parts, they're gonna do at some point. Second, this is also key for you if you're gonna do business in Mexico to learn and and explore the benefits of partnering with local business or advisors. Okay, I'm gonna give you another example. This is what I actually mentioned. I presented already. This is just a really small recap. It's like a minute recap about Tesla. It is you can find out this on LinkedIn, the full business case, which is amazing about Tesla. Okay, very quick. Let's move on. So Tesla, uh, Tesla announced that it create the largest manufacturing facility at north of Mexico. Yes, uh, on Monterrey, Mexico, Nuevo León, Mexico. Yeah, because he's next to the border. He's gonna manufacturing at the border of Mexico and bringing cars to the US. Uh, Perfect. Okay, next. He mentioned Tesla mentioned that is planning to manufacture 2 million cars per year. Okay, how many tires are those? 1 million tires, right? So per year that will require sourcing, Tesla sourcing to get. So what the options are to get those tires from? First one, just get those tires from China because Elon Musk is already, Tesla is already in China. So what about bringing 1 million tires from China? So bringing 1 million tires from China require 30 days shipping from Shanghai to Manzanillo, Mexico, and it will ship 10,000 miles to get those tires from there. Long journey. So what about the footprint? What about climate change? What about the impact that we're killing our planet? So let's compare this. So and let's make this very specific. What will be bringing those tires from China? So it will be same as 500 cars emissions from New York to Argentina, driving 95 times. So if you compare how much is bringing those 8 million tires from China per year to Mexico to manufacture cars in China, sorry, Mexico, how much is the pollution? It will be the same as 500 cars driving from New York to Argentina 95 times. That's a lot. So very quick, what is the other option? Manufacturing in Mexico. What do you mean in manufacturing in Mexico? Yes, Mexico, they have a good manufacturing plants there. So the journey will be only 320 miles. Means that it will be 28 times closer than China. Okay, next. If we compare, it will be the same as the same 500 cars driving only from New York to Virginia and not 90 times, 95 times, only 15 times. So this is the pollution that will be taking the right decision. But this is not the end. Let me just finish with key information. What benefits and process partnering will happen with local businesses? Okay, let's jump very quick. I don't know if you know, many General Motors cars in the US are manufactured in Mexico. Actually, General Motors started manufacturing cars in Mexico in 1935. So it's a long way manufacturing cars there, right? So last year, 2 years ago, General Motors manufactured 743,000 cars in Mexico. So I have an idea. What if Tesla and General Motors make an agreement, partnership to manufacture all the tires together in the same facility in Mexico? I mean, by the way, General Motors have been manufacturing tires 86 years in Mexico in the same plant or the same hub. So I think they are as maybe better than than Chinese cars. So if this happen, it will be a 25% of the reduction of of uh, of the cost. So why bring tires from China if you can save 25% of the cost of manufacturing tires in the same hub as Mexico? Okay, we're finishing this very soon. I'm start closing. So the conclusion is Mexico offers good benefits to co-manufacture and the leadership of American companies. So US, everything is the momentum back again, and if co-partnership as same as the car industry, that car industry is integrated with US, Canada, and Mexico, and they're manufacturing chips in the US, sending to Mexico to make a little board, and the board is sending back to the Canada to make all the board, the parts of side the motor, etc. of the car. Everything is sent back to Mexico to assemble and build the car. It's happening already with the car industry. Why your business cannot do the same? You have a little process that it will benefit you cost, and you want to have a better uh, standpoint with the finance. So acquisition companies in Mexico is part of our expertise. We can help you with that, and and, uh, and Mexico has key history happening with that. I mentioned for you Delta, a good partnership is still happening and is great right now. And many others. I mentioned O'Reilly's. O'Reilly's is another good example. So we understand that maximizing manufacturing output while minimizing cost is very important for you. So, and it's crucial for your company. So that's why we emphasize leveraging Mexico's manufacturing industry to enhance efficiency and reduce expenses. So our experienced team assists you to identify potential acquisition targets, measuring company value. As I mentioned, the importance to know how much is the value you want to buy or partner, and providing expert negotiation and coaching you on that to make sure that you are totally informed about the key data and the information of the company you want to buy. So you want to have a success purchase or partnership. So I invite you to follow us at LinkedIn. If you just go to our website and you just click following, you're gonna get all the data, all the information that we're presenting. There is down there you can see the interview of the Consul of Mexico, and also on the left, on the right, a great article about the great role that the Georgia government is doing right now with manufacture and helping all the companies getting there. So thank you again for everything. It was a pleasure. Please follow me on our next presentations. Thank you so much.